freaking first cut. Golly.
Welcome to the First Cut Podcast. I'm Rick Gehman, and this is your day one recap for this week's WGC Dell Technologies Match play. And thanks to a little scheduling shakeup, flying solo tonight. That's right, but not alone. Producer Josh behind the scenes will be manning the graphics. I'll be providing you every single match recap, where we stand, looking ahead to day two, looking ahead to day three. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it. We got off to a roaring start. Group 11, the first group out of the gate. Matt Fitzpatrick's group, and JJ Spawn gets him. Goes out early, birdies holes 3. Fitzpatrick makes a bogey on 4. Spawn gets one back at 5 and wins a bunch of holes before this thing even gets to the turn. Never competitive. JJ Spawn puts a licking on Matt Fitzpatrick, 5 and 3. JJ Spawn, the worst seeded player in Group 11, gets the victory. Matt Fitzpatrick now fighting for his match play life. The other group, Minwoo Lee, Sahith Tagala, did not disappoint. We promised fireworks. We got fireworks. Sahith made 4 birdies in a row from holes 3 through 6. Minwoo made 2 different eagles, also had 2 different doubles. It was an absolute blast. Not good for my one and done situation, because Sahith stood on the 17th tee, one up. Minwoo wins 17. Minwoo wins 18, steals this match away late. And now Minwoo Lee and JJ Spawn are both 1-0 in Group 11. Did me dirty for the one and done. So likely scenario that Fitzpatrick and Sahith are going to have to win their second match, and we'll see if they will be able to stay alive. Group 6, Xander Schauffele's group. Schauffele got Cam Davis, the overall 64 seed, and Xander put a whooping on him. Davis made eagle on 5. That was essentially his lone highlight. This thing was over after 15 holes. Xander Schauffele went out in 6 under par. When you do that, you're going to win a lot of matches. The final score, 3-2 for Xander, looking to get out of the group stage. The most bet on matchup of the day, Tom Hoagie versus Aaron Wise. There is a reason, ladies and gentlemen, that sports books do not go out of business very often, because it was Aaron Wise who got the victory. A lot of the money on Tom Hoagie in this matchup, and it was Wise who birdies 6, 7, 8, got another on 10, another on 12, another on 13, another on 16. Count them up. At the end of the day, it was 8 birdies for Aaron Wise en route to a 1-up victory. Not necessarily bad play from Tom Hoagie. Hoagie made 6 birdies of his own, including each of 16, 17, and 18. So Hoagie played well, ran into the buzzsaw that is Aaron Wise. So Wise and Xander Schauffele are 1-0. Cam Davis and Tom Hoagie 0-1 in Group 6. Group 14, the accountant goes out and snipes one of the most popular picks to win this tournament. Ben Griffin beats Terrell Hatton 3-1. Griffin starts early here, gets a concession on number 3 to go 1 up, and then he rattles off 3 birdies in a row, though Hatton played pretty solid defense, only lost one of those holes. It was tightly contested the rest of the way. There was not really much back and forth. In fact, Terrell Hatton at no point led this match. Ben Griffin led from hole number 3, closes it out on hole 17, 3-1. Ben Griffin, the 62 overall seed, gets the victory here. And then Russell Henley and Lucas Herbert battle in the other half of Group 14. Lucas Herbert had the putter rolling, makes birdies on 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, 17. Yeah, add them up. Actually led this match 1 point, 5 up through 9. To Russell Henley's credit, he did not give it up, did not roll over, actually played well on the back. He ended up losing 1 down, but he won holes 10, 13, 14, and 16. So a little bit of a comeback to make it respectable for Russell Henley. But when the dust settled, it was Lucas Herbert who got the victory. Herbert and Griffin, the two worst seeds out of Group 14, have the two victories. We'll see how that shakes out on day number 2. Rory McIlroy and group number 3. Here we go. Lots to talk about with Rory McIlroy. There was discussion about both the longest and the shortest club in his bag, his driver and his putter. New putter in bag. The strokes gain stuff is wonky for the match play. You don't have everybody playing the same number of holes. There's a lot of concessions, but Rory McIlroy lost about a half a stroke on the putting surfaces on Wednesday. He gained a stroke or so with the driver, and thanks to 6 birdies on the card, Rory McIlroy does indeed defeat Scott Stallings 3-1. Wasn't a very good day for Scott Stallings. He made a bogey immediately out of the gate. He never led during this match. Rory McIlroy won the first hole, never looked back. So the number 3 overall seed gets the job done in his opening match. Now, what a match we have here. This group we talked about. Keegan is going to be a tough out. Denny McCarthy going to be a tough out. Well, Denny gets hot out of the gate, wins the first hole with a birdie. Keegan Bradley ejects on holes 2 and 3 with bogey. Denny McCarthy gets up to a 3-up lead, a 4-up lead. They are standing on 11T, and Denny McCarthy is 4 up. They're standing on 14T, and Denny McCarthy is 4 up. This thing is over. Well, not so fast. Denny bogeys 14. That one goes to Keegan. Keegan makes birdie on 15. That one goes to Keegan. Keegan makes eagle on 16. That one goes to Keegan. And Keegan wins 18 to get a half a point. Denny McCarthy's going to feel like he took a loss. Keegan Bradley going to feel like he got a victory, a half a point for both of them out of group number 3. So now Rory McIlroy gets himself the full point. Denny McCarthy, Keegan Bradley share the half. Group 10, Tony Finau against Christian Bezuidenhout. Rocky start for Hunky Tony, makes bogey on number 1 and goes 1 down to Bezuidenhout, but immediately bounces back and ties it up at number 2 before rattling them off. 4 birdies in a row from holes 4 through 7, in which he won 3 of those, and it was just too much firepower despite a pretty decent attempt for Christian Bezuidenhout to come back with wins on 12, 13, and 16. Just not going to be good enough. Tony Finau gets the full victory, 2-1. The other half of this group, Adrian, Maroc, Kurt Kitayama. A decently contested match. Kirayama won the first hole, immediately gives it back on number 2, and Maroc wins number 3. They made the turn here with Maroc up 1, and it got tight late. Kitayama wins 13. That squared this match up. They stood on 16T all square. Maroc makes birdie on 16. Maroc makes birdie on 17. That's good enough to win both of those holes and win the match. Finau and Maroc 1-0-0. Christian Bezuidenhout and Kurt Kitayama 0-1-0. One of the larger upsets of the day comes out of Group 7. Willzalators falls to Andrew Putnam. Zalatoris got off to a great start, made birdie on number 1, wins that hole. Putnam gets it right back at number 2, and this kind of went back and forth. Putnam took the lead after the 4th hole. It was tied back up on 5. They were tied until 10, where Putnam went 1 up again. It goes back to all square on 12. Putnam gets another one at 14, and then runs away from Zalatoris. Andrew Putnam wins 14, 15, and 16. 2 concessions along the way to beat Willzalators 3-2. The number 7 overall seed has plenty of work to do if he wants to get himself out of the group stage. Ryan Fox may be the shot of the day. Ryan Fox, the 309-yard par 4 13th, where you've got to carry 290 yards of water, playing dead into the wind on this Wednesday. Ryan Fox rips driver to about, 2 yards short of the green and gets it to stop. He converts the eagle putt there, and that eagle putt at the time put him 3 up, and he never looks back. A 2-1 victory over Harris English. Harris English never led in this match. That will do it for Group 7. Group 15. Oh, boy. You like firepower? How about a little bit of Cam Young, one of the more popular golfers to win or to be predicted to win this event. played like a man with his hair on fire. Birdies number 1, birdies number 2, birdies number 3, 3 in a row out of the gate, and wins all 3 of those holes. He's not done. He birdies 4. He eagles 6. He birdies 8. He goes out, ladies and gentlemen, in 27. Yeah, he was 8 under through 9 and 5 up when they made the turn. Davis Thompson didn't play all that poorly. Davis Thompson made an eagle and 5 more birdies and got boat raced by Cam Young. Final score 3-2. Again, it was only 16 holes. The data's a little bit wonky. Cam Young gains 4 strokes on approach, his single best round of his career in that category. Cam Young rocking and rolling with Paul Tesori on the bag. You like routes? How about the other half of Group 15? Corey Connors wins the first hole, goes 1 up. Wins the second hole, goes 2 up. And it was rear view mirror time for Corey Connors over Sepp Straka. He never saw him again. Never got close. Corey Connors extends his lead to 3 up on the 4th hole. He gets it to 4 up on the 10th hole. He gets it to 5 up on the 12th hole. He gets it to 6 up. Yes, I said it. On the 13th hole, that is 6 and 5. Shut it down. The Canadian, who has had a lot of success in match play before, does it again. Sepp Straka, the 27 seed, 0-1. Corey Connors, the 36 seed, 1-0. Jon Rahm, Group 2. We call it the group of death. Jon Rahm, Billy Horschel, Keith Mitchell, Ricky Fowler. Jon Rahm has his work cut out for him because Ricky Fowler beats him 2-1. It didn't necessarily look like that because Jon Rahm won the first hole. He was 2 up by number 3. He stood on the 11th tee, 1 up, with Ricky Fowler never leading in this match. Ricky wins 11 thanks to just a par. Rahm makes bogey there. Then back-to-back birdies for Ricky gets him another one. Rahm makes another critical bogey on 15. They split and share birdies on 16. And with 2 pars on 17, we've run out of holes for Jon Rahm. 2 up with 1 to play. Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler continues his great run of play and puts a dent in Jon Rahm's chances of extending out of his group. Billy Horschel and Keith Mitchell, the other half of group number 2. It was never Keith Mitchell's match. Billy Horschel led from hole number 2, got 3 up on the 9th hole, held that lead for the entirety of the back 9 until the 18th hole, in which Keith Mitchell makes birdie on 18 and scratches out a half a point. Another tied match here on day 1 of the match play. So Keith Mitchell's going to feel like a win. Billy Horschel going to feel like he took a loss. 16 matches down, 16 to go. We're going to pay the bills. We're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our partners. And we're back. Group 12. Jordan Spieth, Shane Lowry, Mackenzie Hughes, Taylor Montgomery. It was Spieth and Hughes, and really, it was all Spieth. Hughes never led during this match. Jordan Spieth actually didn't even allow Mackenzie Hughes to win a hole until number 12, and then that was when Jordan Spieth took over immediately, makes eagle on 13. He wins 14, and then in true Jordan Spieth fashion, holes out for birdie on 15 from off the green to secure his 4-3 victory. Jordan Spieth continues to vibe in match play. Shane Lowry and Taylor Montgomery, decent bout here for a while, I suppose. Lowry gets off to a pretty decent start, wins hole number 2 to go 1 up. Taylor Montgomery immediately gets it back at 3, a lot of back and forth. Montgomery actually rattled off 4 birdies over the course of 5 holes from 3 through 7, and not only squared the match, but ended up taking the lead 2 up as they made the turn. He held that 2 up for the rest of the match. That's right. Once they got to hole number 9, they had literally identical scorecards the rest of the way. When you are the guy in the lead, that is a very good situation for you. So Taylor Montgomery outduels Shane Lowry 2-1. Montgomery and Spieth getting the full point there out of Group 12. Hughes and Lowry with work to do. Here's my guy. Oh, yes, Group 5. Max Homa versus Justin Suh. Little bit of a smack in the face for both of these guys. Homa makes bogey and wins the hole on number 1 right out of the gate. That doesn't happen often. Justin Suh made a double. In fact, there was only 4 combined birdies in this match between 2 golfers. Just to be clear, Aaron Wise made 8 himself today. Tom Hoagie made 6 and lost. There were 4 combined birdies in this match. Max Homa wins 3-2. Rub of the green, right? You get lucky sometimes. You get unlucky sometimes. Homa did play better over his final 5 holes. He made 3 birdies there. He won 3 of those holes, one of them with a par, a 3-2 victory. So that was a little bit of a pillow fight. Max Homa gets away with it and gets the full point. Match play specialist Kevin Kisner versus Hideki Matsuyama in the other half of Group 5. Kisner continues to be tough in match play, continues to never let anybody walk all over him. This was tight. Never got further away than 1 up. This was either tied or 1 up the entire match. Kisner, though, never led. So spoiler alert, Hideki Matsuyama does indeed get the full point. He wins 1 up. This goes the distance. You want to talk about birdies versus bogeys. Hideki makes 5 birdies, 2 bogeys. Kisner makes 4 birdies, 3 bogeys. Very tight match. Hideki survives and gets the full point. Group number 13. Group number 13. Is Sam Burns finding it? Maybe. Plays okay at Valspar, a little backdoor top 10, and goes out and beats Adam Hadwin 3-2. There were a ton of birdies in this one. Sam Burns gets one at 3, gets another at 5 and 6, gets 3 more in a row at 12, 13, 14, tacks on 1 more at 16. Adam Hadwin played well as well. He made a couple of birdies on his front 9, couple of birdies on the back 9, including the par 5 16th. Just was never enough. Outplayed by Sam Burns. A couple of extra sloppy swings from Adam Hadwin turns this in favor of Burnsy. So Burnsy gets the full point out of Group 13 in the first half of the match. And the second match, oh boy, this was fun. Another tight one. Adam Scott and Seamus Power tied out of the gate, and Seamus Power then leads 1 up from holes 3 through 7. Adam Scott ties it up at 8, but Seamus Power immediately takes it back. He wins 9. He wins 12. And this was looking like Seamus Power was either going to get the full point. At worst, he was going to get half a point, but the Aussie veteran Adam Scott says not so fast. Wins 14 to cut the lead to just 1 down. Wins 16 to square the match. And then wins 18 with birdie to win the match. 1 up. Adam Scott and Sam Burns get the full point out of Group 13. Patrick Cantlay in Group 4 expected to make a run. Look at these cards. First off, that's a 2-pencil day from Nick Taylor, and maybe a little bit unlucky. Nick Taylor made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 birdies. 2 different birdie streaks of 3 holes in a row. 9 birdies in total. Never led during this match. Is that dirty? That's pretty dirty. Cantlay just timed everything right. He wins hole number 1 with a birdie, wins hole number 3 with a birdie, then basically matches birdies with Taylor the rest of the way. A couple of bogeys for Nick Taylor. I mean, this is actually a tough pill to swallow if you're the Canadian, because you pretty much outplayed Patrick Cantlay and never even led in this match. It goes the distance, though. Patrick Cantlay wins 1 up. Absolutely crazy stuff there. Then Brian Harman is able to defeat KH Lee 3-1. We've seen Harman get hot in this format at this event in the past, and he did it again on his final 10 holes of the day, or final 9 holes of the day, because this only went to 17. He made 6 birdies over those final 9, and that was good enough for a 3-1 victory over KH Lee, who got off to a decent start, was 1 up through 5 holes, but Brian Harman tracked him down. Group number 9, Statistically, one of the hardest groups, one of the most difficult draws for Collin Morikawa. He got Victor Perez on day number 1. Perez goes out, wins hole number 1, but Collin Morikawa fights back and squares this match at number 3 with a birdie. He then takes the lead at number 4 and really never looks back. This is a 2-1 victory for Collin Morikawa. He rolled a couple of putts in. He gave us a few mini little fist bumps, and he gets the full-on victory in match number 1. Adam Svensson, little dark horse out of group number 9, goes out and is in, honestly, control of this match for quite some time. They were standing on the 11th tee. Adam Svensson was 1 up, and Jason Day had never led in this match to that point. However, Jason Day turns on the nitro boosters. Birdies on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, not a typo. I did not say that wrong. 6 birdies in a row, wins 5 of those holes, and turns a 1-up Svensson lead into a 4-2 victory for the Aussie. I do wonder how many groups have a player from 4 different countries. Group 9 does. Interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Group 8, Victor Hovland. That's his group. Matt Kuchar. Talk about tough match play, guys. Kuch gets him. In fact, Victor never leads during this match. Didn't have his best stuff. Kuchar went out there and mentioned after his round that Victor helped him out on the greens. A couple of putts that lipped out, horseshoed, didn't drop. Starts to press as we get later in this match. Victor fails to win enough holes here. The last hole that he won was 13. Before that, it was number 6. Kuchar takes victories on 16 and 17 to win 3-1. The 59 overall seed gets himself a full point. The other half of Group 8 is, great note from Josh here. Matt Kuchar is 1 win away from tying Tiger Woods for the most wins in this tournament. So he's got 35 wins, I believe. Does he have 35 now, or is 35 the record? We're going to find out.
He has 35 now.
Oh, look at that. Josh making so he has 35 now. 36 is the record.
That's correct.
That is longevity, and that is great play.
Amen.
Amen. The other half of this group, Chris Kirk and Siwoo Kim. Boy, Siwoo's tough. We talked about it. Siwoo is tough in this format. Can get hot, which he did. Can roll the rock, which he did. And is just always going to be a tough out. Here's what I love about this match. Not a single bogey on the card. Chris Kirk makes 4 birdies, no bogeys, though I suppose he did concede number 8. That's the dirty little secret, right? Concede before you make a bogey. Always fun, right? But technically, no bogeys on the card. Siwoo makes 5 birdies and an eagle. That came on 13. Led from hole number 1. Never looked back. 4-3 victory for Siwoo, who will be a difficult out. 2 more groups to go. Group 16. Oh, boy. Did you have any 9 and 8 memories? Did you have any Tiger Woods versus Stephen Ames memories? Because I did. I almost whipped out my 9 and 8 t-shirt because Seunghee Im beats Maverick McNeely 8-6. Oh, 8-6. He wins holes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 holes in a row. He gives McNeely 1 at 8. Thank you very much. Before taking 10, 11, and 12. Seunghee loves to play golf. Only had to play 12 holes today en route to this route. Now, when you look at the card, it's not necessarily a birdie fest from Seunghee Im, who only made 3 birdies and he made a double. 1 under par to win 8-6. So you must be thinking, Rick, oh boy, it must have been pretty ugly from McNeely. It was. Not a single birdie on the card. 5 bogeys, including 1 concession. So kind of a perfect storm of running into a floor day from Maverick McNeely gets Seunghee Im one of the largest victories in format history. Tommy Fleetwood and JT Poston round out the rest of Group 16, and it was not Tommy Ladd's day. The tie after the 3rd hole is the only time he was not losing in this match. Poston got the first one. Tommy gets it square at number 3, and it's all she wrote after that. JT Poston goes on and beats Tommy Fleetwood 3-2. Last group of the day, Scotty Scheffler's group. This just finished, hot off the presses. I'm about to tell you exactly what happened. Scotty Scheffler goes the distance with Davis Riley. Scotty makes 2 eagles on the day, 5 and 13. A couple of untimely bogeys from Davis Riley, though he hung in there against one of the best players in the world and the overall number 1 seed. They both make birdie on 18, but it is Scotty Scheffler that survives and gets himself the full point, 1 up over Davis Riley. Pretty well played by Davis Riley. And then finally, the last match of the day, Tom Kim versus Alex Noren. You got to love some Tom Kim, don't you? Plays fearless, goes out and makes 6 birdies. He does give 2 back, but it was plenty of firepower to defeat Alex Noren 2-1. How about that? 32 matches in 26 minutes. Now, looking forward to tomorrow, day 2. Some of these guys might be eliminated tomorrow. If you go 0-2, it's pretty much over for you, right? You have no chance. So we'll see what happens the rest of the way. We'll also see who can position themselves to get out of the group. We've got some top seeds with work to do. Matt Fitzpatrick with work to do. Who else? Terrell, Hatton, work to do. Willzalators, John Rahm. That might be it. Victor Hovland. That's it. The rest of the top seeds all won. But that is how day 1 all shook out. We'll be back after round 2, hopefully with a second talking head to help me get through 26 minutes. But we'll see how that goes. Huge thanks to producer Josh. He had all the graphics. He flowed with me the entire time. We game planned this out beforehand, knowing it was going to be a solo show. He's an absolute rock star. You can find me on Twitter at RickRunGood. This has been The First Cut. We'll see you tomorrow.